Hi, welcome to Vinyasa Wellness and Weekly Wellness Tips. Today I'm cooking dried beans. Dried beans are good for your health because, of course, they're packed full of protein, but also canned beans, while they're good in a pinch, are full of preservatives. And although most cans these days are BPA free, there still could be some chemicals on the lining of the can that are leaching into your food. It's also more environmentally friendly to not be tossing out so many cans. And then finally, the other huge benefit from using the dried beans is that you'll save a ton of money. It's really, really easy, so I'm gonna walk you through the steps right now. So here are my dry beans. I've chosen chickpeas today because I love them, and with this amount, I'll probably make some hummus. I'll season and air fry some for snacking, and they can keep in the fridge for about a week too, so I'll sprinkle them on salads and add to soups. We start by rinsing them thoroughly and picking out any off-looking beans that might be in there, especially if you buy them from bulk bins. You have to watch for debris as well. And while we're here starting this process, I want to go into a little more detail about some of the health benefits. I mentioned that beans are high in protein, and I'd also like to point out that they're loaded with iron, magnesium, potassium, B vitamins, and soluble fiber. Also, and importantly, unlike canned beans, they don't have any added sodium. Another benefit is that if you find you have digestive issues with beans, then using dry beans might work much better for you. Because you have control over the process, you can mitigate or even eliminate some of the problems that people suffer with beans. As with any food, you may be eternally sensitive, but it's worth giving a try before you give up on all the healthy benefits of having beans in your diet. Okay, so the next step in our process is to get these beans into a glass bowl and cover them with water. I'll place a dinner plate on top and leave it to sit overnight. So the next morning here, my beans are all soaked and ready to go. I'm going to drain them and give them another thorough rinse before taking them over to the stove to begin cooking. Okay, so back to how we can reduce the symptoms of upset stomach that some people suffer with beans. The strategies are to soak your beans longer, even up to several days. Make sure you rinse them thoroughly. And there are also some things you can try adding to your cooking water, such as sea salt, dried kombu seaweed, fennel, bay leaves, garlic, cumin, or apple cider vinegar. Okay, so over the stove, I'm going to add my beans to the pot and pour in the water. You're going to need a nice heavy pot that can accommodate about 4 times as much water as you have beans. And then you'll just turn the stove on and bring the pot to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you'll get some foam forming on the top. Scoop that off and lower the heat to a simmer. Cover with a tilted lid so a little bit of steam can escape. Make sure you stay attentive to your beans during the cooking process. Stir them occasionally and be aware that you might need to add some more boiling water to the pot so they don't dry out or even burn in the pot. With about 10 minutes left in the cooking time, add about a teaspoon of sea salt to the water for flavor. On my Instagram, I'll post a chart with some of the most common varieties of beans and the cooking time that is suggested for each. My Instagram handle is @Vinyasa Wellness. So there you have it. These beans are all cooked and ready to be eaten. I've actually decided to go ahead and make some hummus today. So I'm going to share that with you right now as a little added bonus. You can basically use the same process to make bean dips with any other variety of beans as well. So I let the beans fully cool and got out the food processor. Now I'll use about 1.5 cups of the chickpeas. I'll add 1/4 cup of tahini, which is a paste made from sesame seeds. You can make your own tahini with sesame seeds and olive oil, or you can purchase it in a store. Next, I'll add 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Of course, fresh is always best, but you can get pre-squeezed juice as well. About 3 tablespoons of water, 1 small minced clove of garlic, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Lastly, you can add salt to suit your own taste. Now I'll cover this up and fire up the food processor. It really only needs to run for about 2 minutes and you will have a super creamy and light hummus that tastes super fresh. You can use it traditionally as a dip for pita bread or vegetables, or you can spread it on a sandwich. Get creative. Hummus really does complement so many foods. So while we watch the spin for just a little bit, I want to say thank you for tuning in to Weekly Wellness Tips with Vinyasa Wellness. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you're inspired to give dry bean cooking and hummus making a try. Really, anything that I can tackle in the kitchen is pretty accessible to anyone. So now our hummus is all done. I'll keep it in an airtight container for about a week. All you need to do here is scoop it out, and then you can garnish it with a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and sprinkle on some paprika. There you have it. Thank you again, and have a great day.